folks, JD here, and today we're looking at this. This is the BG1510, and it comes as a recommendation from the RC Noob 360. Cheers, mate. Okay, so what we're going to do today, we're going to be taking this out. It's a 4x4 mini monster truck, as you can see. Looks really quite nice. It has rubber tyres, really thick rubber tyres, really grippy rubber tyres. Look at the grip on that. It has an encased metal motor inside here. As you can see, we have a battery on the external side here to the right side. We have 4 proper suspension racks, front and back. Now these little suspension racks are quite difficult to move up. Well, not difficult, but there's a little bit of resistance there, which is what I like to see. Not like you push it up and it just actually extends all the way, and there's no resistance there whatsoever for any of the bumps. So with this, we should have a good 30 to 40 minutes of use out of it, out of a single charge. With that being said, we're going to take her out today. We're going to slowly just move her around just so I can bed this motor in a little bit, and then we are going to see exactly what this can do. It has a top speed of 40 kilometers an hour or 25 miles per hour. So with that being said, folks, let's take her out. Alright, so the car is now on, and we have automatic binding of the transmitter. So with this, I'm just going to put this top back on. Right, so now with her on, with her all set up, with her bound to the transmitter, let's turn on the run cam. Let's get a bit of FPV footage on the go here as well. We are recording, let's just test. There we go, we've got left and right movements from the little steering wheel here. So with that, my friends, in 3, 2, 1... Alright, so to begin with, we're just going to take her off a little bit of a spin. We're going to get this motor bedded in a little bit. Just get a little bit of footage. Hopefully the footage isn't going to be that wobbly. What I noticed straight away is that the car and the suspension racks are actually working very well. Now normally I would see some suspension racks in some of these cars aren't really up to they don't really cut the mustard. This thing though seems to be doing very well. I can see the body moving. Hopefully it's coming across quite well on the camera. But the suspension certainly is doing what it's meant to be doing. It is cushioning the main body of the car. All in all, she's quite a lot of fun. She's very light, very light. So if you do try and really cruise her around those corners, then she may just flip, if you're lucky. Nice little bit of drifting though. She moves and bumps don't really faze her that much because her wheels are so large, and because of that suspension as well, it probably balances her out quite well. But she will flip, and now she is going on her roof. There we go. Let's just pull her out of that. Okay, all in all though, I like her. I do. It was a great recommendation, the RC Noob 360. It really was. Let's bring her back around. Off-road, no problem. On-road, no problem. Uneven tarmac, no problem. Bit of grass, bit of mud, no problem at all. She does right herself when she does flip a little bit as well. And then really bumpy terrain, really grassy, bumpy terrain. No problem again. Oh, see, she's... Oh, no, there we go. She's on the roof. She can't flip at that point. But it does mean that what I have noticed is with a lot of other cars, a lot of drifting cars, and a lot of other RC vehicles as well, you slam the throttle down and you just skid. It has to be a nice continual approach. Whereas with this guy, you can just slam your throttle down straight away, and he doesn't spin out of control. He just spins, and the traction that he has on his wheels actually manage him to move. So if I just go from a stop all the way to throttle 100% open, he just moves and he shifts well. And then once again, the controls are so easy. Like a lot of other RC cars, the wheel doesn't feel that nice in my hand, not as much as say other padded wheels do, but still that is quite a minor sort of thing. The main thing that I'm quite concerned about is the fact that this guy moves, and he moves well, and he does that. He does that in spades. And once again, the all-terrain test is something this car can just accomplish, and accomplish it extremely well. she jumps onto that grass and just shifts constantly. But at the same time, I feel in total control. And again. And this thing just jumps, and it does, and it moves backwards with ease on grass. Now then, off-road is something as well this car can accomplish with relative ease. It just... Obviously what you do have to watch out for in grassy situations is that grass doesn't get wound around the axles. I lost track of that car then for a second. Right, well, I've had to come in because it's absolutely tipping down outside and I didn't want this to get wet. So, essentially, what did I think of this car? It absolutely blew me away, 100%. What a very, very good RC vehicle. Now, let's go through some of the positives and then we'll hit the negatives. So, some of the positives include these tyres. Look at the tread on those tyres. This is a proper all-terrain vehicle. Now, what I mean by that is some vehicles I think that say all-terrain and 4x4, even though they may be 4x4, they might not be all-terrain. I have come across a few which really sort of get a little bit stuck. So whereas this guy goes on tarmac, grass, through puddles, over mud, on concrete, on tarmac, this guy just absolutely nails it. Now, transmission range is 50 metres. We didn't hit that today. We did hit, I would easily say we did hit the top speed of 25 miles an hour. The motor just whines and whines and you can hear it winding up as it gets quicker. It doesn't make it any more difficult to control. It is as easy to control at 2 miles an hour as it is at 25. Now, suspension on this was very, very good. Didn't have any issues there at all. Now, I did say there were a couple of negative points, and one of them being when you first get used to this, if you're knocking him backwards, if you're knocking him left and right very, very quickly, he is going to flip. As you saw in the video, I did flip him a few times. He flips very, very easily. There is next to no weight on this at all. Now, that is pretty much the only negative point that stands out to me. Just because I'm used to quite large, heavy cars, and I'm quite heavy-handed as well. So turning him did take me by surprise a little bit. Okay, what about the transmitter though? Well, this transmitter, as I said in the unboxing, is quite plasticky, but it does exactly what is needed. I didn't have to hit any of the throttle or the steering trims. I left everything as factory standard, and it just worked beautifully. I was more than happy, as usual, to sort of give it a little bit of trim if it needed it, but it didn't need it. It drove properly, it drove straight and very, very true. I would have preferred if there was a little bit of foam on the steering wheel. I just think that's a little bit nicer to handle, but I think that's just cosmetic. That's just me being a little bit niggly. Other than that, the controller, the transmitter itself was absolutely fantastic. The accelerator is nice. Very, very nice to control. It's nice and loose, but it doesn't mean it, so you haven't really got to pull back in it. It has a very nice action to it. All in all, I like it. It takes 3 AA batteries. That is a big relief rather than the standard 4. Even though it's only 1 battery less, it does mean the bottom of this transmitter is a little bit smaller than usual. So all in all, yeah, I like the transmitter and I love the car, absolutely. So there we are, folks. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and also check out our Patreon page. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy racing.